Welcome, Neve here. Here we're going to look at truth and clarity and transformation together. I use labels like divine masculine and divine feminine. They're energies we all have within ourselves and we have a different balance of them. I also use those labels to refer to two people within a relationship. And I do channel for the collective. So some things may resonate with you and others not. So please always use your intuition to see what resonates with you. I got very strongly something about transformation. I'm going to light the candle here for us. Transformation and physique. And we'll just have some ritual here with the candle. And I'm going to light the incense as well. This one is Nag Champa today. Okay. So I get what Spirit wants you to know about your connection is physique and transformation is the two things that I get. There is a divine masculine and a divine feminine who have a very ancient connection, is what I understand. Okay, so I've got the High Priestess here. So it feels like it's a very ancient connection with deep familiarity of the two of you and understanding each other beyond words and a mystery beyond what either of you can explain, how you became connected, how you feel like you know each other without having spent decades together. I also get that there's nostalgia. So the Six of Cups there's nostalgia and childlike innocence to the relationship and a sense of coming home. You both feel like each other are home. I get 144 and I get the color blue. I also see the Judgment card here. So I think for this divine masculine and divine feminine, there are some unfinished lessons and unfinished transformation that's going on. I think the two of them, they help each other evolve and they help each other release old patterns and to choose love with greater consciousness and awareness than they had before. And a consciousness and awareness about themselves that they've never had before, especially a divine masculine. I think you broke the divine masculine open to a world that he had never been in about himself and understanding himself before. And I get that it was pretty overwhelming. The divine masculine has affection for this divine feminine that comes from a huge admiration of who she is in her soul, not simply how she looks. He has the deepest attraction towards her essence as a person, her wisdom, kindness, the fact that she has such strong intuition, and that she's very beautifully heart-centered and vulnerable, and a very pure spirit. He finds it so attractive, it turns him on. So physical attraction is not the foundation of his attraction or the foundation of the relationship. He recognizes her as a whole person, as a whole soul, in her humanity, rather than treating her like an object of desire. I feel like he does have undertones of spicy attraction to perhaps lean towards that feeling, but the other feeling of love came with it, and the two haven't intersected before for him, is what I get. Let's see. Next card. Okay, so Judgment card. I get that this masculine has lived in a world where women have been objectified quite a bit. And it's kind of a necessary and expected standard among those that he's interacted with. And that having a sexy and attractive fit body is something that is prized highly among his masculine group of men. Having said that, in this relationship, a lasting relationship, there with emotional and physical attraction often interact at kind of different proportions for different people, is what I get. So here is the interface between ego and authentic connection. Ego says she needs to look and have an ideal physique and an ideal look that they're familiar and comfortable with, and that his wider circle would find acceptable. The soul says, I love her for who she is. And they're at play. Reality says something else. Reality says, I want and need both. Let's see here. What else do I get? Okay, so I get the Devil card, and now I have the Lovers. The Devil card, again, is that it's that attachment to, it's the attachment to the validation that you get from your status and idealized beauty, right? That's that ego image. The Lovers card, where did I put it? There it is, the Lovers card here. Choose your soul person based upon their soul connection, shared values, rather than appearance. I also pulled out the Empress here. And I feel like the Divine Feminine is in her Empress energy and power. And what that means is that she has beauty that comes from her vitality, authenticity, her self-esteem, self-worth, not from meeting a narrow standard. And this would be for another reading or perhaps a part 2, but I feel like she has an ego at play as well. And I feel like her ego is to be very against someone choosing or finding a lot of significance in physical appearance. So we have two egos of these people that love each other dearly, where this kind of clashes. Interesting. Maybe that's for another reading. Truth. The very, very, very truth of this is that when love is rooted primarily in character and in trust, when love is rooted in emotional intimacy, physical beauty kind of becomes a part of the connection rather than the foundation. Truth. The Divine Feminine wants a balanced whole package, right? She wants a man who can provide for her, love her, be soft and gentle with her, desire her strongly, both emotionally and sensually. And it requires her to feel that way about herself fully. And that requires her to fit up and feel good about her physique. Another truth. The truth for the divine masculine is that he also wants the whole package. He wants somebody with that divine, whole, beautiful spirit. But he also wants somebody that feels very attractive about themselves and that he can move forward with, of having someone beautiful on his arm and at a standard that would be acceptable to the world around him that he's lived in. I feel like there's a third component to this. The third component is often a truth that a lot of people have a lot of conflicting feelings and emotions about. Definitely a topic that is contentious. The truth is that when a woman has greater beauty, she has greater power. Simply put, not that there aren't powerful women out there that aren't the typical model type. However, when you possess your white, authentic, pure soul center and you have the physical beauty together, you're almost unstoppable. And it's very magnetizing and very attractive. And the last part that I can say in this reading, and that's why I think there maybe be a part 2 and part 3, the truth here is that each is working on themselves and they have a dream. Each has a dream. And they've had this dream and it's been private to themselves. And without words, they both know what that dream is. And they both have had this dream from when they were young children. And they know that they both have the same dream. Lots of love to whoever this resonates with for that divine feminine, divine masculine. My love is with you and my prayers. If this resonates with you and you need more of a reading, www.nevaearose.ca.